Mustang and a Cadillac, you don't know about cars like I do.
Apparently you don't know nothing, because that is not no Camaro.
Look like he got drags. No, he ain't got racing on that. He ain't got racing slicks, I don't think. The 5.0 is nice. Is it a real 5.0? That's not a real 5.0.
He's a kid.
That's not a real 5.0.
He's a kid.
Let's see.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. That's not a V8.
It's something.
I don't think that's the real shit. I don't know, maybe. You know, they be faking this shit out here. Putting the fat rims on to get the badging.
I was about to say something. I was about to call somebody his name. I was about to say somebody's name that does that to their car.
They be faking.
Yeah, but he might post it, so I'm not going to.
A few moments later.
Alright, this video today is going to be on why younger people don't drive Corvettes. And there's a lot of potential reasons why. You hear people say the design of the car is not young focused. So I think GM has naturally redesigned the car, and each time trying to capture some of that young market, but also staying true to the true market, which is, dang, it's hard getting out of that thing, which is the older crowd, people in my age group, 40, 50, 60-year-olds. And you can think about all of that, you know, the age, the design of the car. I mean, you look at this car, especially the C7, and pretty much all of them. Young people like these cars. They like the way these cars look. They like the way these cars sound. So I don't really think it's a design issue. I really don't. I don't think it's a design issue. I think it's more or less, when you really come down to it, the real reason is just the price. If you're trying to capture or get the market for the 20-somethings, even the 30-something-year-olds, you're not going to do that. You're not going to be able to capture that market because this Corvettes are expensive, man. You know, it's the average Corvette, the Stingray, is about $55,000. So, as a young person in your, say, 20s, definitely you can't afford it in most cases, unless you got rich parents or you come on some money, or you somehow managed to land a job or came into some money that, you know, affords you a pretty decent salary, and you can afford it. But the real reason, this is my opinion, is the style. I mean, look at all the other models of Corvettes. You know, pick any year. They've always been very stylish. And they didn't design that car with just, you know, old people in mind, in my opinion. That car was styled for pretty much anybody who likes stylish cars. But the cost of a Corvette has always been astronomical. You know, $50,000. When I was 20 years old, I didn't have $50,000. Or when I was 20, let's say a Corvette cost what, $30,000. I didn't have $30,000 a year for a Corvette. You know, at that age, I was young, starting a family. I mean, even my Corvette history has been mainly because the reason I haven't got one is because money and families, marriages and divorces. So as a life event, owning a Corvette is an event. Being able to buy a Corvette is an event. It is not cost effective for most people. I mean, this car is not very practical. The older ones are even less practical. At least with this one, you got a hatchback where you can actually, carry things in, and it has a decent amount of space. If you look back here, to carry things in. I mean, this model is very practical, but still, a 25-year-old, it is going to be rare. I don't care how GM designs this car. It is going to be rare that you're going to get someone in that demographic. Let's say 20. Let's say they shoot for 25 to 30, year olds to start buying the cars to kind of increase their sales. It's not going to happen. I don't care how you design it. You can put that big wing on the back that the 2019 has. You can do stylish cues with the air dams and all of that, and the 700 and some odd horsepowers. But the bottom line is, younger people just don't have the funds. There's too many things going on in their life for them to really be able to afford this car. It is very rare that you're going to get a young person in that age group who can actually afford a Corvette, especially in the numbers that they're going to need to make it worth their while. I think the big wing for me as a person 57 for the 2019 ZR1. I mean, and they make it where you have the big wing and you have the regular size wing, but that big wing is not going to attract enough young people who can justify that $120,000 for the car. I don't know any young people that can afford that, especially when they can go buy for lack of a better word, a ricer, a old Super and soup it up, and it'll beat the hell out of a ZR1. So I think they need to do what they do best. Target the people that's buying your cars. Make the car super, super good for them. Don't just assume that because you get in my age group that you're going to go and buy a Corvette. I mean, more than likely the people that want a Corvette will go buy the Corvette pretty much regardless of what the price is. But you still don't want to just assume that. And I just don't think that no matter what they do, they're not going to capture that audience. They're never going to capture that 25 to 30-year-old audience. It's just not, to me, very realistic. You're just not going to be able to do it. So I would say keep doing what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with trying to capture that audience. But you really don't want to risk losing your main source of income. I mean, those cars are sweet. They sound great. They actually drive great. You just don't want to, you just don't want to go and try to capture another audience and maybe lose the people that bring you to the dance, is basically what I'm saying. I mean, because that car is sweet. I don't care. I know a bunch of 20-year-olds would love to have it. And they don't even mention the insurance for something like this. If you're 20, 25, even 30 years old, the insurance is going to eat you alive literally, your insurance could be just as much as the car payment. So it's just, I just don't think they're going to ever be able to capture that market. I mean, 20-year-olds and things like that, they buy the Subaru WRXs, the Mustangs, which are, you know, a lot of cases way cheaper than this, or not much, you know, not as expensive as this. I mean, you can get a Mustang 5.0, you know, and then go and trick it out a little bit more, and you got basically a Z06 killer. So, I don't know. I just hope that trying to target the millennials don't end up losing a customer base that they've been able to rely on.